Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. See some new faces. Carson, Barbara, turn on your screen so we can see. There you, perfect timing, Barbara. Nice to have you here. Good morning, Carson. Nick Fondas, turn it on so we can see you if you would, please, sir. And we got some new people visiting with us today. If this is your first rodeo with us for our coffee huddle, just say hello, introduce yourself, so let us know where you're at. And don't take the floor, don't take the mic for 5 minutes, but just give us your swim lane. Tell us where you're at. Michael, I see you're familiar with doing this. Why don't you lead the charge? Say hello to some new friends and introduce yourself, please. I'm gonna let everybody who's new to the group say hello this morning.
Good thing. Morning, Eric. It's Mike Wiseman. I am up here based in Maine. I've recently, in fact, last month, just moved my license from residential to commercial. Team leader up here, 3 times residential icon on the national council, but now coming to the commercial side of things. So really excited to be here and see you guys.
And Michael is an IT wizard. So if you want to talk technology, if you want to talk AI, you want to talk about new tools and services, you want to know Michael.
Thanks, Eric. It's great.
Let's see. Andy, I don't think you've been on this with us before. Why don't you share a little bit about who you are and what you do real quick in
All
Atlanta?
right. Well, good morning and thank you. I'm Andy Barkin. I am here in Atlanta. Um, I specialize in 1031 exchange. I do more of that than anything on the commercial side. Um, I'm in process of moving over to your group, and I'm excited about some of the things that I see. I don't uh, do a lot of leasing. I focus on transactions in 1031. Um, and I work with I do more institutional probably than individual work. Um, I tend to focus on the bigger deals, which means I don't get paid as often, but it's just where I live and what I know. And I'm glad to be here this morning. Thank you, Eric.
No, it's a pleasure. We've got some good stuff going on between the two of us, so it's a lot of fun. Yen, tell us where you're at in orbit this morning and tell us a little bit about what you do in Plano.
Yeah, my name is Yan. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I am a commercial agent specializing in restaurant retail. I like to move to industrial eventually somehow, and looking forward to getting to know everyone, see how everyone's doing.
Hey, Yen, make note. I need to introduce you to Jeff Merriman in Park Lake City, Utah. He's got a really niche thing he does with restaurants. I think it'd be really profitable for you two to connect. Let's talk about that later, okay?
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, and that's what we do here.
I
That's
love
what
it.
this is right here. It's connections. Barbara, you're new to the group. I've seen your face before. Why don't you say hello to everybody? Share a little bit about what you do and where you're at.
Yes. Hi, I'm Barbara. I'm in Pennsylvania, Maryland area. I'm right on the Maryland line, so I get to kind of go both directions here. So yes, I do know a lot of you from Keith's group and meetings and so forth. So good to see everyone again. I'm kind of in the niche of working with churches and nonprofits in that aspect. But then I started out in multifamily, so there is kind of a transition in the two of those. But yeah, good to be here and to see everyone.
Thanks, Barbara. Got a question for you. Knowing where you live, so you're either a Philly fan, a Baltimore Raven fan, or a Steeler possible fan. Where do you reside?
Well, I have to remain neutral because my family members split between the two. So therefore, I'm kind of neither.
Well,
Meaning I'm
I gave you three options.
I know. Well, this is what I get to do is I get gifts from all the teams.
Okay.
So I have the pleasure of agitating my children by changing jersey and messing with them a little bit.
All
So
right.
I
All
have
right.
fun with that. I don't have a preference. Sorry. I love sports, but I'm not kind of a fan of a specific team.
So I saw that last night before the game at 6:30. This priest went out and he sprinkled holy water on the end zone where the field goal went wide right. It was awesome. Go
I heard
Steelers.
all about it. I'm still hearing about it today.
Nick Fonda, sir, you're new to our group this morning. Why don't you say hello, introduce everybody to yourself? And I love your glasses. You're muted, sir.
There we go. I live like 5 minutes from 10 minutes from Gillette Stadium, so I'm a Patriots fan. We won last night, and I'm not ashamed of it. I think we're going all the way to the Super Bowl.
Without TB, that'd be a first.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Drake May's doing pretty good here. Anyways, I'm in residential right now. I'm in residential luxury in Boston area. But I'll give you a little background. My father was a commercial realtor in Boston for many years. He gave the book of business to his brother, who is still in business, but I'm doing business with him. As a matter of fact, we're working on a gas station together in Boston that we're gonna probably close or get an offer accepted this week. So I kind of want to switch gears to commercial because I'm dealing a lot with big land deals, uh, businesses, stuff like that. So I kind of want to like still do residential a little bit, but I want to like go into commercial and you know.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here with us this morning.
Thank you, thank you. Like I think I met you when you were in Miami. You were down my yeah. We talked for a little while.
We
And,
did.
yeah, yeah. And
Absolutely.
I think Tom Trong introduced me to you, but that's what that's what I'm looking to do. So that's why I'm here. I'm looking to learn and make some money, big money.
So while we're all talking here, what you should be doing is you should be going into the link and getting contact with everybody in the chat.
Absolutely.
You should leave these calls to every person. You should leave these calls knowing who's on here, and then you should follow up. This is about community. We're going to talk about that in a moment, but I really like for everyone to meet everybody here. Carson Jones in Nashville. Carson's has got an accounting background. He's worked in the mineral rights background for a while, and he knows a lot about multifamily. Say hello, Carson.
Hey Eric, how y'all doing? Good to see you. No, I've done multifamily as an investor, oil and gas, like you said, tapping into industrial as well. So, not trying to be a generalist, so to say, but I'll any opportunity I'll look at. So, but industrial and multifamily are probably going to be my main two. So, anyway.
A little plug here. We met through Contractors, Closers, and Connections. It's an organization I would recommend everybody to get involved with if you can. More on that later. Jeff Smith here in Atlanta. Say hello and give a quick one.
Hello, everybody. It's good to see you and finally be on one of these calls again. I've tried the last two times and hadn't been able to get in, and I'm still dealing with that. But anyway, Andy Barkin and I are semi-partners, and I do a lot of acquisitions and dispositions of office property, also a lot of leasing in that respect, office and retail, and trying to move more to just acquisitions and dispositions and move away from leasing. But, you take what you got. So that's kind of what I do. I'm here in Atlanta. I've been doing this for 10 years and got introduced to EXP and joined the group in last November. So it's been 2 months now. And
you went to
hopefully we
Miami
can
Con and you
connect.
got to meet everybody in Miami. It was a great move on your part.
Yeah, it was overwhelming, to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Condi from North Carolina, say hello. And by the way, have you and Dana been able to connect yet?
Hello guys, how are you all doing? And I guess Happy New Year is overdue. I did not connect with her. It was just the emails, but I connected with KK, and I'm gonna attend the CCC event in Charlotte. I already purchased my ticket for it, and I'm looking forward to it. So excited.
You work in a lot of commercial spaces in the Charlotte area, correct?
Correct. So I am in Charlotte, licensed North and South Carolina, because like Barbara, I'm borderline between two states. And I have I'm working on land and on industrial as well.
Okay. Coming around home plate here. Tommy Bracci, you're the niche guy. Tell us about you, Tommy. Everybody needs to know you.
No, I appreciate it. How we doing, everybody? And happy belated New Year as well. I'm also with Eric Clark at EXP Commercial, but I'm kind of in a niche place that Eric alluded to. I'm in primarily the mineral rights space. So the subsurface real estate under all of your buildings in the commercial and the residential side. But my properties are they cash flow oil and gas on a monthly basis from the likes of like Exxon or Chevron. Um, I cater to 1031 exchanges almost exclusively. I do 1033 exchanges as well. I help people acquire these properties with their self-directed IRAs and solo 401ks. That's the 30,000 foot view of it. There's a lot more to it than that. But if you have clients that are either real estate investors or in or about to be in a 1031 exchange, you need to reach out to me.
Tommy wrote a little book. I have a
Yeah,
copy of it. It's called Basics of the 1031 Exchange. What's in it for you? Tommy
yeah,
Bracci. If
there
you
you go.
if you do a Sirius, it'll call him Breaky. If you tell Sirius to come, it'll be Breaky, but I know him as Bracci.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, And it's really neat what he's got because I know for me, when I'm trying to do 1031, and I'm trying to identify so many properties for the dollar, and he can do it with one call. So it's a really great lead. All right, last but not least, and everybody needs one. I've got my coaching file always beside me, and I'm a believer in coaching. But Dana, she is a blessing for everybody on this call. You're going to want to benefit from knowing her and getting connected with her. Dana, why don't you share a little bit about what you do?
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for the introduction, Eric. So great to see everybody. My name is Dana, and I have been in real estate for 25 years. I mostly was a residential agent, top producer in Connecticut for a long time, was with EXP when I was there, moved to North Carolina. I live on the Lake Norman. Well, we live on Lake Norman outside of Charlotte, and licensed here, but I'm more about agent attraction now. I've built downlines at other companies 3 times, over 100 agents. So I should probably have just stayed at EXP the first time and not tried to do that and bounce around. But I'm back and really working to really grow just the awareness of what we have here now with this wonderful group. And I really do believe that who you align with matters. I am a professional sales coach and keynote speaker on social media, branding, and confidence in how to show up online to be able to attract your ideal client to you. And I also am a partner at a capital firm. So if you're looking for any sort of funding for your real estate deals on the private sector, I can help you with that. I'm more of the connector. I do not do any of the underwriting or the financial stuff. So I will pass you along to my partners and they'll be happy to help you. Also do TV media as well. A lot of business development there. So kind of all sales related. I'm actually leaving for Hawaii tomorrow to film for Ritz-Carlton, who is our client with celebrity chef Todd English for a series for Netflix. So I do a lot of that stuff too. So all about business development, all about scaling, and all about helping people live their best life through doing what they're passionate about. So if there's any way I can help you, let me know.
Can we get a signature?
Yeah, we'll see how the show does, right?
Yeah. Send some pics. I want to see
Yeah, it'll be everywhere.
see what takes place.
Yeah.
So what is this? Why do we do this? We do this for community. We do this for collaboration. We do this for cooperation. We do this to create an opportunity for you to increase your deal flow. Your deal flow is going to be matched to your network, and that's what this is. It was said to me recently, Eric, why don't you go to a place that's got bricks and mortars and you can get referrals and leads and so on and so forth while you're there. Mike, you jumped on, you jumped back off. I didn't even say hello. There you are. Mike Kim, real quick from Atlanta, say hello. I apologize.
No. I think we talked earlier, Eric, earlier in the call before everybody
All
jumped
right.
on.
All right.
But hey, this is Mike Kim. Been working under Eric for, gosh, I guess about 10 months now, Eric. So I am based in North Atlanta. So my background is in the retail space, some leasing, mostly sells and buys and so forth. More recently, getting into more C-store.
Meeting is being recorded.
Jeff, you need to mute your phone, buddy. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So like I mentioned, North Atlanta here, my space is going to be in the retail space. More multi-tenant retail spaces, from like a $2 to $10 million range. And then recently have started with Eric getting into more C-store development type of work as well. So looking forward to connecting with you all.
I didn't mean to miss you, brother. Um, so where I was at was, wow, we're here. And follow up with each person is so key. You can't just be here and see these faces and then not connect. You need to connect. I know I need to do a better job of doing it. And having Michael on this call today reminds me of several things I'd like to talk to him about. But as we connect and talk to each other, there's just more opportunity to increase our deal flow no matter what you do. And that's the community we're trying to create here. So I have a question for you as you think about this. Is autonomy possibly what might be slowing you down versus having more community? Could autonomy be slowing you down? Could your independence, your entrepreneur attitude be slowing you down? Think of this, and I sent this out in a text. Imagine a toddler, and he or she is, 2 years old, and they discover they've got loops on their shoes, and they fool with those loops and fool with those loops on their laces. And an adult walks up to them and kneels down. What's the toddler do? Almost 99% of the time, toddler waves the adult off. It's innate. It's just within us. We want to be independent. We want to be able to do things ourselves. And if you're in real estate, you have that bug. You want to be independent. You want to be an entrepreneur. You want to work on your own. Great qualities. But could autonomy be your bottleneck? Could it be what's holding you back? Floor is open. I'm going to take a couple of comments before I make some suggestions.
It was definitely holding me back, which is why I went with EXP, because I felt like I needed to be exposed to a larger world, so to speak, of the commercial properties and an organization that was living in the 21st century, whereas I felt at my previous company, which was a good company, don't get me wrong, good guys, but they were happy in their comfort zone. And I felt like I had to get out of my comfort zone because I wasn't moving forward the way I wanted to. So absolutely, it was something I needed to change.
Somebody else. Dana, how do you coach individuals in their autonomy, but also toward community?
Yeah, so I think, the number one thing that people crave is community. And no one succeeds alone. So really what I focus on is a community aspect of all ships, rise with the tide. And I think there's a lot of people that feel like they'll figure things out if they just, gather more information instead of actually implementing frameworks and strategy that they gain from not only a coach, but from doing it alongside other people that are also doing it or that have done it. So that's really what I find that a lot of people that come to me struggle with.
Yeah, very true.
I have a question.
Yeah, Barbara.
I do think that one, it gives me more accountability because, you have your highs and your lows, or you get comfortable and so forth. And then you figure out, I got too comfortable. Now I got to catch up and so forth. So I do like the accountability. And based on your experience and Dana's and so forth, what would you suggest as far as you have these different facets of life? You have your work life, your family, spiritual, and so forth. Do you suggest getting one coach or more than one coach for the different aspects of life? And in your experience, what is your suggestion?
Oh, gosh. Well, really, I think it's to be really clear on what you're looking to do. Like, what are you looking to achieve? And what is your hopes, dreams, and desires? So is one coach going to be able to help you with your clear and immediate problem? And if that problem, I coach a lot of realtors, their problem most of the time is they want more leads, closings, want to scale my business. So we focus on the strategies to put in place to do that. But my program, my big blanket program in my book that's coming out is called Burnout to Brilliance. And it's really for women that are in midlife. We have a few men in the program, but it's mostly women mostly between 45 and 60, that know that they were meant for more and have an idea or got involved in some sort of business, whether it's real estate, network marketing, digital marketing, affiliate marketing, something that they created on their own. Maybe they have their own coaching business that they can't seem to get off the ground or scale. So I think it's really working on that. What is their clear and immediate problem, instead of trying to work on a lot of different things at once? And I really try to help them scale. Most people's problem is the same, to be honest with you, in my group, because I have a very niche market. And so that's when you work with people with the same problem, it tends to be the same niche versus I help everybody. When you help everybody, you help no one. So that's where really, like with real estate, I'm just working with realtors with their problem tends to be the same problem. So when people say I help everybody, that's a big red flag. So you can have a life coach, or you can have a relationship coach or a certain therapist, sure. But I think just honing in on one problem or one specific thing that you want to improve upon and finding somebody that is an expert in that is going to be more beneficial than trying to find someone that can help you in all areas.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
You have a comment with that conversation. I think that, Barbara, you might go through seasons where you might have a coach for a specific focus. Think of it like a spreadsheet. You've got different columns, right? You may have a coach who's helping you put the bigger plan together, but in your other columns of your life, your family, other relationships, maybe a hobby of interest, maybe it's something that's related to health, maybe it's faith, whatever it might be in other columns. You probably have others that you're accountable to at the same time. And I think your accountability to the sections of your life that are of value to you is really important. And show me who those that you're accountable to will also show me how you're moving forward. And remember, you want to be moving forward or going up. You don't want to be being pulled back or pulled down. And so having that coach, that voice to help you stay focused is really good. I think it'd be very challenging to have multiple coaches at one time.
Agree.
You got a head coach, you got an offensive coordinator. The receivers coach isn't telling the linebackers what to do.
Mhm.
Now he might be their friend and encourage them, but he's not telling them they need to be in a cover two.
Yeah.
He's coaching something else different. What other comments do we have on this conversation of autonomy versus community? Well, I guess that's what we got. Michael, I'm curious, what's one thing you're working on that's new for you this year in technologies?
New for me in technologies. It's a good question. I mean, part of it's going to be focusing on moving from the residential to the commercial side and seeing how I can apply the AI and, creating I do a lot of vibe coding now with websites. So I'll build a commercial website for myself using an app called Lovable, which Glenn Sanford uses it extensively. He's built the new workplace replacement on it. If you haven't seen the hub. And I've coded a few sites with that and applications. It's excellent. So one of my things will be to build off of that, right? To create a kind of a home base for my commercial side of things now. So that's really that's probably the near focus right now, is making sure I transition over and meet enough people on the commercial side.
You got a lot of commercial faces on here, so if you need some input, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you at any time.
Yeah, appreciate that. I think another thing that I'm really working on and have in mind is that, I mean, we hear this comes up all the time on it's our calls or Keith's calls or talking about Keith Andrews. Most of you know Keith. I come from the residential side of EXP, and I was fairly well established there, fairly well known as far. It was the icon of the year 2 years ago. Just really orchestrating the referrals back and making sure you're being really active and proactive to let the residential agents and find ways to teach them, train them, and show them an extra $100,000 that's sitting in their book of business that they're all sitting on right now, and will just totally miss it because they don't know that 2mm shift, that 2mm change of questioning. What business is your clients in that just bought the house from you? Do they own a business? Do they have commercial property? The deal flow is tremendous. It's billions of dollars of volume that move back and forth. Something I think Keith and I estimated something like $60 billion was referred last year. Not all of it closed, but the first year it was 9 billion was tracked. And so one of my focuses, Eric, is going to be to really create this kind of conduit with something a little bit, whether it's regular trainings, regular Zoom calls, different types of webinars, to really open up the eyes of the residential agents that commercial is here and should be, a call they should make, but also they have to be aware of it, because otherwise it's like an oblivion, right? It doesn't exist to them. It's like the reticular activating thing in our brains, right? If you just like, I just bought a white Tesla, right? So now you see white Teslas everywhere.
So
You didn't
think
see
of
them
it.
before.
Yeah, we have about 85,000 residential agents,
Exactly. Right.
and they are all a referral-based opportunity for you. But how do they know who you are?
That's right. That's right.
You have to create an opportunity to meet these agents who are possible referrals for you. Here we have a pitch fest monthly. We're going to have one next month, and it's for community. Same thing we're doing here, to bring people in so people know each other. And I've got about 25 million in listings that have come by way of referrals that I'm currently holding right now. Referrals are key. And referrals happen within this network that we have with the EXP. So you want to utilize that, but people have to know who you are. It's not just about who you know, it's about who knows you.
Right.
And so you want to be engaged. You want to show up on the calls. You want to interact, and you want to go to when you're having a local community function for the residential agents, go. If you're in commercial, you're in business brokerage, go. You want to build a downline, go. And then learn how to co-sponsor with them and build an organization.
Yeah, done all that.
Hey,
Yeah.
Eric, where do you find those local events? Are those like posted online, or is it Facebook? I don't know. I'm just kind of new to this, so.
Yeah, so on the if you go into my EXP world and you just log into your everybody has on their phone your my EXP, and if you go into your my EXP that has events and schedules, you can look
Okay.
at when's the schedule for Texas, when's the schedule for Tennessee, and they'll have regional events. And you can go to those and show up and just take your business card, because every single one of those agents who are there, they'd love to do one referral deal with a commercial agent. Every single one that's there. This is a heavy commercial crowd. Is there anybody in here in residential?
Well, I just literally just slipped the license
Okay.
a week ago.
All right.
So
All right.
yeah.
But each of
So
you that are in residential are also doing some commercial. Nick, you're doing some land deals. Dane, I know you do commercial. Michael, I know you're doing some commercial. So each of us need to know those who are in our local community who are in residential. I tell you, a good person to contact is Chris Sock-Laban. Chris Sock-Laban can probably give you 100 names of residential agents who are in EXP within your community. There's lots of ways to do that. Yen, you see a lot of community effort with your organization. I know exactly where your office is at. Tell me about how We Partner structures community and the advantages of that for you and what you do.
Well, a lot of agents are new, so they definitely have to have a good support system, and they have their team assignment, mentor assignment to keep track on their progress. And of course, Daniel hosts events consistently, so that we're always getting together and finding events to meet up and collaborate, encourage each other to keep on growing. Um, other than that, it's just a consistent infrastructure in our team, and motivating each other to keep on showing up is how people, honestly, that's really the main thing that really keeps agents staying in long enough to be successful. Both on the commercial and the residential side. And then we also have opportunities for us to have a more flexible leeway to move to commercial. So if any residential agents want to explore on commercial side, there'll be a lot more commercial support as well. And I do primarily commercial. Only I've done like one residential deal this year. So that's it.
Yen said two things there that I don't know if you picked up on. One word he used twice, And then one phrase he said once, anybody's guess what I'm looking for? Keywords, key phrase.
Community.
He said you have to show up. You have to show up. The second thing, he said it twice. Um, Support. He mentioned the word support. You know why people leave organizations is because they don't feel they have support. That's the number one reason. They don't feel like they have support. So that's what this is. This is support. And don't be the toddler who shoos away the adult who wants to come and help them tie the laces. Embrace it. Now, listen, there's different ways of doing different things. I get it, right? You can't do everything that everybody's doing. You can't. But within the network, within the structure, within the organization, within the community, find those individuals who can help you create more volume for what your main thing is here. That's what we're here for. All right. It's not, this isn't meant each week to be a long thing that takes your time. But I just want to hit those points. I want to build community for all of us here. And that's the effort.